Students, I'm Dr. Meenakshi Maur, Assistant Professor, Zoology, Sri Savliaji Government College, Manfia, Chittagong. Today my topic is Structural Organization and Functions of Bacteria. It is part 1. So, this is the structure of bacteria. Here you can see the outermost capsule. This is the capsule, it's a thick one. Black border is capsule. Beneath the capsule, there is a cell wall. This is a cell wall. Now, beneath the cell wall, there is a thin plasma membrane or cell membrane. Now, beneath the plasma membrane, there is a respiratory chain. Here you can see mesosome, which is also a respiratory organ of bacteria. Then this is a cytoplasm. In cytoplasm, you can see some organelles are floating, that is tRNA, storage granule, free ribosome, polyribosomes, mRNA. Now here you can see nucleoid DNA. These are fimbriae, hair-like structure, and this is flagellum. So it is electron microscopic structure of bacterium cell. So bacteria structure consists of capsule or slime layer, cell wall, cell membrane, flagella, villi or fimbriae, cytoplasm, nucleoid, chromosomes, plasmids, ribosomes, and mesosomes. In today's lecture, I will cover first 5 points, that is capsule, cell wall, cell membrane, flagella, and villi or fimbriae. So first is capsule. I've already shown this is a capsule. Here also you can see this is a capsule. So capsule. Capsule is the outermost layer of many bacteria. But when the components of capsule are loosely arranged, then it is called slime layer. On the basis of presence or absence of capsule, bacteria can be divided into 2 types. That is capsulated bacteria and non-capsulated bacteria. Capsulated bacteria form smooth colonies and they are known as S-type bacteria. And these bacteria are highly virulent. Non-capsulated bacteria form rough colonies and they are R-type bacteria. They are usually non-virulent bacteria. A slime layer or capsule is present outside the cell wall and it is composed of polysaccharides and nitrogenous substance, that is amino acids. Capsule is 0.22 μm thick viscous layer and it is outer layer to the cell wall. Capsule are of 2 types, macrocapsule and microcapsule. The thickness of macrocapsule is 0.2 μm or more and they can be visible under light microscope. But microcapsule thickness is less than 0.2 μm and they are visible under electron microscope. Capsule is actually very delicate structure and it can be removed by vigorous washing. And capsule is most important virulence factor of bacteria. Now functions of capsule. First function is it helps in attachments. It provides protection against phagocytosis and antibiotics. It protects the cell against desiccation and viral attack. It resists phagocytosis by WBCs, that is white blood corpuscles. And one more thing, during scarcity of food, Capsule serves as reserved food of bacteria after digestion. It also serves as osmotic barrier. So capsule has very important role in bacteria. Now cell wall. So beneath the capsule, cell wall is present. Here you can also see this is a cell wall, the brown colored layer. It is a very important structure of bacteria. It gives shape to the bacteria and it is present between capsule and cell membrane. So, first of all, on the basis of cell wall composition, bacteria can be grouped into two, that is gram-positive bacteria and the gram-negative bacteria. So, here you can see gram-positive bacteria and gram-negative bacteria. When the bacteria is stained with crystal violet or genital violet and then with iodine solution, the bacteria retains the violet color after washing with alcohol. Then it is a gram-positive bacteria because of the presence of gram-positive cell wall. But when the bacteria are stained with crystal violet or genital violet and then with iodine solution, and when the bacteria on washing loses its color, then the bacteria is known as gram-negative bacteria. So there is it occurs because of the differences between the cell wall composition of bacteria. Gram-positive bacteria's cell wall is composed of peptidoglycan, lipid, and teichoic acid. Gram-negative bacteria cell wall is composed of peptidoglycan and outer membrane. This is outer membrane. It comprises of lipid, protein, and LPS, that is lipopolysaccharide. What is peptidoglycan? It consists of glycan backbone, which is formed by repeated unit of NAG and NAM. NAG means NAG, that is N-acetyl glucosamine, and NAM means N-acetyluramic acid. So, it consists of glycan backbone formed by repeated units of NAG and NAM, and the glycan backbone is cross-linked by peptide bonds. Peptidoglycan layer is present in cell wall of both gram-positive as well as gram-negative bacteria. But in gram-positive bacteria, peptidoglycan layer is much thicker. So here you can see this is a peptidoglycan layer. It is very thick in gram-positive, but it is very thin in gram-negative. Peptidoglycan, or it is also known as murein. It is more abundant up to 80% in gram-positive, and in gram-negative peptidoglycan is only 3 to 12% of cell wall. Rigidity of cell wall of gram-positive is high due to high amount of peptidoglycan, but the cell wall of gram-negative is elastic due to lipoprotein. Now moves to teichoic acid. Teichoic acid is a water-soluble polymer of glycerol or ribitol phosphate, and it is present in gram-positive bacteria. So here you can see teichoic acid. It constitutes about 50% of dry weight of cell wall. It is a major surface antigen of gram-positive bacteria. So it is found in gram-positive bacteria only. Then outer membrane. It is the additional layer which is present in gram-negative bacteria, and it is composed of lipid bilayer, protein, and LPS, that is a lipopolysaccharide. What is LPS? LPS is composed of lipid A and polysaccharide. Lipid A is phosphorylated glucosamine disaccharide and it is antigenic. And polysaccharide consists of core polysaccharide and O polysaccharide. So this is about cell wall of gram positive and gram negative bacteria. Here you can also see this is gram positive, where you can see after the plasma membrane there is a thick peptidoglycan layer is present. And in gram negative bacteria, peptidoglycan is very thin and it is present between plasma membrane and the outer membrane in periplasmic space. So in gram negative bacteria, very thin peptidoglycan layer is present in the periplasmic space. Periplasmic space is present between the plasma membrane and the outer membrane. Now, cell membrane. Cell membrane is the inner layer which lies inside the cell wall and it encloses the cytoplasm. It is also known as cytoplasmic membrane or plasma membrane. It is about 80 nanometer thick. It is a thin semi-permeable layer and it is the innermost of the cell envelope. The cytoplasmic membrane or the plasma membrane is structurally similar to the cell membrane of eukaryotes. And its function is it is selectively permeable because it allows to pass selective substance through cell membrane like sugar, amino acid, sucrose. And it is about 80 nanometer thick and it is composed of phospholipids and proteins. Now, flagella. Flagella, many bacteria possess flagella, which is a long, thin helical appendages. It is not straight, it is helical. It is composed of flagellin protein, which is a globular protein and known as H antigen. Flagella comprises of three parts, that is basal body, hook and filament. And its function is to provide motility to the bacteria. There is a difference between flagella of gram positive and gram negative bacteria. So, first of all, filament. Filament is the longest and vibratile part of the bacteria. It is a hollow, rigid and cylindrical structure. Its diameter is about 20 nanometer and its length is about 1 to 70 nanometer. The filament is composed of flagellin protein. Protein molecules are spirally arranged in filament. The filament has 9 plus 0 arrangement of microtubule. Now, after filament, hook. This is hook. It is also same in both the bacteria. Hook is filament is inserted deeply into tubular hook. The hook is attached to the cell wall with the help of basal body. Now, the hook is attached to the basal body, which is present below the cell wall, and basal body is the most complex part of flagella. Now, there is a much difference between basal bodies of gram positive and gram negative bacteria. In gram positive cells, there are two basal body rings, inner ring and outer ring. Inner ring is connected to the plasma membrane, while the outer ring is connected to the peptidoglycan layer. Now, in gram negative bacteria, there are four rings, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and they are connected to the central rod. This is a central rod. So, in gram negative, there are 4 basal rings, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and in gram positive, there are 2 basal rings, that is 1 and 2, inner and outer. So, it's about flagella. Then villi. Villi are hollow, filamentous and non-helical structure. They are numerous and shorter than flagella. It is a characteristic feature of gram-negative bacteria. They look similar to flagella, but they are completely different. Villi is composed of pillin protein. Bacteria which possess pili are Shigella, Proteus, Neisseria gonorrhea, or E. coli, that is Escherichia coli. Now, functions of pili. Pili helps the bacteria to attach the host cell surface, and there are so many pathogens or bacteria which are present in respiratory tract and urinary tract, and they are attached to the host with the help of pili. So pili has important role in attachment. Then pili and fimbria both possess antigenic property. Now there is a much difference between pili and fimbriae. Fimbriae are small bristle-like fibrous structure which emerge from cell surface. These are also a structure with 3 to 10 nanometer diameter, and they also help bacterium in attachment with the substrate or with another bacterium. Pili has some specialized function. They are modified for something else as well. Sex pillars or F. pili helps in transferring of DNA from donor to recipient cell during conjugation. So pili helps in mating process by forming a sort of bridge between participating bacteria during conjugation. F. pili, that is a factor pili, also helps also acts as a receptor for bacteriophage. So this is about pili or fimbriae. So in today's lecture, I discussed capsule, cell wall, cell membrane, flagella, and pili and fimbria. In next lecture, I will discuss cytoplasm, nucleoid chromosomes, plasmids, ribosomes, and mesosomes. Thank you.